3 of the climbing gym. Holy crap, you guys are some climbers. So hopefully you've been having some great one-to-one talks. And I put a post out there to just to get an idea how many of you have filled out that form in the email that you get on Sundays from the climbing gym, because it kind of asks you, guide you along. And you know what the overwhelming response was? That nobody really fills it out, but I don't think it's meant to be filled out. I think you all that are utilizing it are using it for its purpose, and that it's just for a guide to let you know some of the reflection questions to make sure you're on track. So what a perfect week to oh my golly, who's watched the TED Talk again and again and again? I love it. It's an easy watch, I think. But this week is all about good. Finding something good and being really, really good at it. Not just really good, but damn good at it. So if you watch the TED Talk, he said put your nose down into something and get damn good at it, and practice, practice, practice. Get equally attached emotionally to a no and a yes. This is a numbers game, and it becomes more fun when we know how to play the numbers game. And so we have some awesome hot dog performers who are rock star sponsors, and you're going to hear us go back and forth between sponsoring and recruiting words, and take them for what they're worth. If you use recruiting as a simple number term, then you really do treat the person like a recruit versus somebody you have sponsored. So when you look up the word sponsor in the dictionary, it means your commitment and dedication to guiding and nurturing or helping. And so when we talk about sponsoring, it really is more than just a recruit, more than just a number. We want to be committed and dedicated to our new team members, especially our brand newbies. They are our lifeblood of the business, and their first 90 days is profound. So just to give us an idea, well, it's not even a problem or an issue or a fun challenge unless you have somebody on your team. So I'm going to start off by introducing from North Carolina, Chloe. And Chloe, tell us how many people you have sponsored so far in January, and then give us some of your tips in the next 5 or 6 minutes on what works for you and how you share the business.
Sponsored in January?
Sponsored, what did I say? January, February, March. This year so far, since January, yeah.
Since January, let me see, I have it written down. I'm sorry, I know that's probably bad, but
I surprised you on that.
You did. You caught up on me. Can you see me?
Yes,
no?
We can see you.
Oh, okay. The little thing went away. Since January, I had 6 in January, 5 in February, and 5 this month. So far.
Woo!
And so what I wanted to really share, I just wanted to be really kind of just, very laid back about, what I feel like is the most important, and being really good at what I call sharing the blessings. So you can call it sharing the blessings, sponsoring, recruiting. Like Danette was saying, it has all these different words, but the reality of it is that whenever you show anyone that you are sponsoring or sharing the business with, when you show them the value of the business and that you value them, I think it really changes the whole aspect of what recruiting and sponsoring is with Cincy, because I truly am very passionate about sponsoring. I know that whenever I first joined, hopefully this will make you guys feel better if you may be struggling with getting team members. I did not get my first team member until I was 4 months in. I was really discouraged, didn't know what to do, and wanted to give up. And so what I wanted to talk about for the next few minutes is the power of just pushing and having the persistence to keep going and to not give up with your business. There's a few different things that I do once I do get someone on my team. I have an email that I send to every person on my team and on my front line. So I'm more than happy to share that with any of you guys if you want to see it. But as far as whenever I am trying to get people on my team, I really just live the lifestyle of sponsoring. So it's more than just a March special for $49, but to me, sponsoring is something that I'm always constantly focusing on. And so those of you who have parties this month, like basket parties or home parties, you know, to me, your host is always your biggest sponsor that you're looking at to sponsor on your team, because they're the ones that are the most excited about the product. So think about those people that have basket parties right now or home parties, and those are really the ones that you want to focus on as far as really just sharing upfront. Every person that you guys come in contact with, even if they're a good customer, even if they're a customer that doesn't spend a lot with you, they need to know about the business. I think that's really, really important, that a lot of times we think they won't want to join, or you know, they won't like Scentsy, they won't want to do it. Well, you never know until you ask, and I think that's the biggest thing, is I used to not ask a lot of people. I would ask like 5 and I would get all no's, and I would be like, oh, I'm good, I'm done, I don't want to ask anybody else, you know, I'm good, and I would get, you know, just kind of discouraged. And so I love the fact that Danette is really sharing about going for no this month, or this week, I guess, in her challenge that she'll be sharing later, maybe. But I think it's very important that you guys really go for the no's, because you have to think about it. It's just like if you're at a restaurant. You know, they're always going to ask you if you have a good waiter. They're going to be like, do you want dessert? And you want them to ask you that, even though 99% of the time you're going to be like, no, I'm good, I'm full. They're going to go to the next table and ask. So think about when you share the opportunity with people this month, that don't sell your business short. A lot of people have other jobs, so you don't have a lot of time to work Scentsy. So I always utilize my Scentsy time to make the most out of it. I always want to do stuff that's income producing, and when it comes to sponsoring, that's going to pay you over and over and over. And that doesn't make it a numbers game. It really makes it, A, smart business plan, and B, you're doing the best thing for your host or your customers, because you're sharing a business opportunity that really can't be beat by any other company. So just think about that when it comes to sponsoring, and that's really all I've got. I tried to make it 4 minutes, Danette.
So perfect.
Did you unmute yourself?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it looks like Kim is next. Kim Buchanan. Oh boy, we want to hear about your tree. Oh wait, I muted you. There, you're unmuted now.
Okay, can you hear me?
Uh-huh. My bad, sorry.
That's okay. So I am not a hot dog recruiter like Chloe. It says, you know, the 5 or 6 each month, and I think that's fantastic. Some of us are and some of us are not. However, like Chloe said, that you'll have different levels and different areas of your business that you'll maybe peak at one point and not peak at another, and you'll have another avenue in your business that you'll be working really hard on if it's you know, building your group or your team or whatnot. So I think that persistence, like she said, is definitely key. And I think through our peaks and our valleys that if we stop asking, then we're not going to build our team members. So what I'm going to talk to you guys about is the sponsoring tree, and I came up with this when Danette approached me to join the business, and I didn't really know how I was going to be able to build this business, because of course I wanted to be successful right away. And so basically I had no idea what I was doing. So I had written out this piece of paper, it's right here, and I just kind of wrote all the people that I knew in my world, because I always tell team members when they join our team that start off with friends and family first. I truly believe that. I truly believe that you should start with your friends and family first, because they're your biggest cheerleaders. Okay? Have them join your team if they will, and if they don't, then customers are fantastic. So then what you're going to do is, if you have, let's say, your sister-in-law, you're going to show your sister-in-law all the people that she knows in her world. So she's an RN. Her kids go to a private school. She's from here. She went to college there. And so basically you're going to walk through all the people that you know that all the people that they know, and you're just going to write a list with them, and you're going to help them make that tree grow so they visualize that. And I think that should start from day one. So if you are sponsoring somebody, I really think that sponsoring tree is a really big deal. And if you are on my personal team, and you know that I'm really big on that. So Danette created from that tree a blank tree, and she has it on her team talk page, and I too have it on our team page. I think you can pretty much find it anywhere. But I think that's
to the climbing gym too.
Oh, okay, yes. I think that's just really important for people to understand kind of how many people they really do know, because you really think, oh, I don't know that many people, when you actually do. And then once you go over their sponsoring tree with that person, you want to make sure you tell them, you can't really, I was talking to Trina actually today about that. Once you start building your team starts getting bigger and bigger, you really can't do it all. And a lot of people think, oh, I need to sponsor. But you really have to teach your team also, if that's what they want from this business, if they want to be a director and above, if they want to, earn income that can change their life, sponsoring is the key to this business. And so if you don't teach them how to teach their team how and to teach their team how, then your team is never going to really grow, and you're going to always be struggling for those numbers. Does that make sense? So you want to make sure that that is kind of bleeds down through your downline, because you cannot do it all, especially as a director or even somebody that has just one team member below you. You want to work with them, because that's what it's all about. And if they don't want to sponsor, that's okay too. You just need to find out what they need or what they want out of this business. So another key thing about sponsoring is you want to make sure that people understand that there's features to this business. There's benefits. So for instance, I want to run a 10K, I love fashion. Let's say I love fashion. Well, what would be the benefit for you to join my team because I love fashion, right? Or you want to buy my clothes because I love fashion. Well, I could benefit you because I love the color black. I know you love the color black because I see it on you and you're wearing an entire black outfit. I can help you with that. So join my team and I can show you how to put everything together with the color black. Whatever it is, you just got to give them some sort of reason why you're the one that should be joining your team. So you also want to make sure that they'll love this business, because you want to give them reasons why they should join your team or join Scentsy for that matter. If they've been thinking about it maybe from somebody else, there has to be reasons why you're the one that they want to join. So how's it going to benefit them, not you? So you can say, hey, here is a feature, and this is how you're going to be benefited. Does that kind of make sense a little bit? So anyways, I say a lot of us when I'm nervous because I know I'm talking to probably a lot of you guys. Am I up, Danette? Because I have a lot more to talk about.
No. Keep going. Sure.
Okay, so just a couple more key points too. Also, when you are sponsoring somebody and they are showing you, you're filling out their sponsoring tree with them, there's a lot of different other features that you can help them with once they start realizing that that's what they want to do with Scentsy, or that's what you guys want to do with Scentsy. So you know, some really easy points to do, like I became good friends with Trina and I became good friends with Danette. So you start to build a buddy relationship, and I think that's really huge in this business. So I always say, do you have a buddy? Do you have a really good friend that might want to join with you? You can say, okay, what friends and family do you think that would like to join your Scentsy business? And then you can expand outside of that. Handwritten letters are still really a big deal. I've been writing a ton of them lately. I've been sending a ton of personal texts and emails lately. And I think that's really important because it shows the value that you really do care about this person, and you do see that you benefit from this as well. So another thing that I think that Mary Christensen talked about is saying that we do this. This is something that we do together. We love to build our team, and I'd love to have you join our group. Instead of saying my team or us or I, use the word we. It's a culture that we all created together in this business. And so like we're doing now, there's other superstar directors or directors or even essential consultants, but we're all doing this together. This isn't something that is just a one-man show. So,
it's good stuff. Keep going.
Basically, that's it. I mean, just remember one key word is one key thing is that somebody asked you to join Scentsy, right? So don't be shy and not ask someone, as well. So just kind of share the love. It's kind of selfish if you don't.
Love that. Thank you, Kim. Okay, and then, and I forgot to say, that's Kim Buchanan, by the way, and she is from Idaho. So now, Heather, introduce yourself and tell us where you're from. You're next.
Hello everyone, so my name is Heather Bullock and I'm from North Carolina, and I want to talk to you guys today about why I started sponsoring, because it wasn't my initial plan. So a little bit about me is I'm a full-time college student, so I'll be graduating in May though. I have 2 daughters. I'm currently pregnant with my 3rd child, and I have my husband. And I actually went to Chloe when I joined because honestly, she just looked like she was having a lot of fun, and I wanted to partake in that. So I joined in August of 2013 with a really, really big goal to make $300 a month and get certified. And that was all I wanted to do. And then I hit Shooting Star, and then I hit Certified, and then I hit Substantial Start Level 3. And I literally got addicted to the promotions because of how it made me feel. And so eventually, obviously, the next step would have been to start recruiting. And so that's what I did, was I started recruiting. And I was just throwing words at people to try and get them to join my team, and nobody joined. So eventually, I learned how to word it correctly, and I started really building my team. And my why has changed so many times as to why I started sponsoring. So it started from wanting to make $300 a month to supporting my family when my husband got cut from his job and he wanted to go back to college and finish his degree. And so since he actually kept us afloat. And then to saving for a house that we want to build at the beach. And then it really, really changed in December of 2013 because all these things are great. Money is awesome. We love it. But money will not buy you happiness. And in 2013, I lost my brother. And it wasn't money that kept me going with my business. It was the fact that I had a bunch of people who were motivating me and inspiring me, but who also needed me in a different way than others might have needed me, like my family. They needed me on a business level, and that could separate my brain from family issues to working, and that was great. And so the importance of recruiting is, yes, you have to recruit if you want to make a lot of money. But if you want to create a family and you want to create lifelong friendships and help change lives, then I highly encourage you to sponsor. However, I know that's easier said than done. Well, not really. It just requires you to do one thing, which is talk to people. Everyone and anyone that you could possibly talk to is ask. It's all you have to do is give them the opportunity. And whether they say no or not is on them. But just no is not no forever. No is no for not right now. I don't know how many people told me no a year ago and have joined my team since. I've created a document for you guys that I'm going to post on the page. But just remember that you can print out any document you want, put a whole bunch of stickers on it, laminate it, and stick it in a binder. But unless you make an action plan to work that document that you're looking at, all you're going to have is a piece of paper. It requires you to change that paper into an action.
Okay, I have to unmute everybody so we can all be 100% present when you're talking. Thank you so much, Heather, and I can feel your passion. That was awesome. Okay, Trina, introduce yourself, and from where are you living? Oh, sorry. Clicked the wrong one.
Am I muted?
Now you're on.
I'm Trina from Roseburg, Oregon, and I don't know, everybody shared so much great stuff. I guess I'm going to share about Tiny. I don't know if anybody has heard the acronym Tiny. It's their interest, not yours. And so Danette's going to start laughing at me because her and Kim always say comment on people because I'm so excited to share the business opportunity with them. I just get all excited and I talk and talk and talk and I don't say anything. So I started thinking about their interest and why I started listening to what Cincy would fit for their family, and then listened and listened and listened and stopped talking, and that was really important. And so every day I wake up and I think of who could benefit from Scentsy? Why would they benefit from it? And it's all about them. It's never about me. And once I started focusing on their needs and their interests, it was a great idea. So I don't know what else that's all I really had was Tiny.
Trina, what did you notice when you started the Tiny acronym approach? You said once you started using it, you noticed a big difference. What did you notice?
Well, you focus on them and you start listening to key words, because if you questions, then you listen, you're going to see how the Scentsy business opportunity will fit in their lives. They may say, I'm too busy. Well, that's great. You know a lot of people, just like, or I really would love to pay for my children's gymnastic classes. Really? Well, how much would that cost? Oh, it cost me like $100. Do you know if you had a Scentsy party, one Scentsy party that was $500? That's it. So when you listen to them, you're going to see how Scentsy will fit in their needs. But if you're doing all the talking, you're never going to see the opportunity for them, whether it's to make more money or to make friends, to go on a paid vacation. You know, like Kim was saying, the benefits, how I look at it as the benefit, how can Scentsy benefit them? And unless you listen to them, you'll never know how it's going to benefit them.
So
when you offer the business opportunity, I really like how Heather said that you may have the paper, but if you don't pass it out, it doesn't mean anything. And we're offering them a gift. It's not like we're forcing it on them. We're offering them a gift. And smile. People are like, oh, you would join my team. But if you smile, a lot of people ask, well, why did you join so-and-so's team? They asked, but they were having fun and they were smiling. It was a chore. It was a blessing, you know, and to watch other team members grow and have self-confidence, that's amazing. And you get to be part of their lives. But only if you're Tiny and you think of them, not yourself.
Oh, I love that. So, Trina, it's a great picture and it's a relatable acronym that we can all relate to on one of your top tips for sponsoring. So let's have each of you in order. So Chloe, we'll start. What would you say would be your top tips that have brought you the most success in sponsoring?
My top tips or tip?
Whichever pops into your head. If you have more than one, great. If one is just really the loudest, we want to hear it.
I think the biggest tip that I could give anybody about sponsoring is just to honestly be brave and do it. Just don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, you're going to talk yourself out of it, and then you're going to make up all these different things like us women do, and then we're going to be like, oh, no, we're not going to talk to him at all. When if we just would have asked them, like I didn't even ask Heather if she wanted to join. She asked me. And so, you know, imagine all the people that we could just ask if we didn't overthink it. So really just to be brave and just do it.
That's awesome. Love that. How about you, Kim?
Am I mute? No, I'm not mute. I think that I've kind of learned throughout the years of being with Scentsy and sponsoring, and Orville had made a couple really good points not too long ago about if things are changing in your business, what did you do different before that was working? So I know what I've done different in my business, but it's a different time and a different season. So what I can say now is that kind of going back to my older ways was to really just step out of my comfort zone and just start talking. Just if the business means something to you, it's not going to work it itself unless you ask. So, you know, I had an analogy a long time ago when I owned my business store. I had to get a humongous loan to open up a specialty store, and you better believe I worked my behind off, because if I didn't, my store would go under. So just because it's $99 to join this business doesn't mean that it's treated any different. It's still a business. So, you know, the store never went under. So because I worked really hard to make it something. And you can do that with Scentsy too for very, very low price of $99.
Well, and wouldn't you agree too now, because you were a storefront type business owner, just because it's $99 to start up, it also means the upside potential is still as much as a $70,000 to $150,000 startup business, wouldn't you say?
Heck yeah, you know, I had to make sure that when my son was sick, he didn't sleep in the back stock room with a sleeping bag and a pillow. When my son's sick now, I get to stay home and make sure that he has his bed to sleep in, is one thing. The second thing is yeah, you know, I had to worry a lot whether or not I was going to be able to pay the bills, you know. And so like a store where you have sales, you're going to find a way. If you want this business to work, you will find a way to make it work. You have all the avenues you need. Nobody's going to be able to do it for you but yourself. So if you want it, you got it.
Yeah,
Sky's the limit.
got it. And the more you're open, the more business you'll get.
Right. Yep.
Heather, what would you say would be your top tip or two on your sponsoring success? I don't show that you're muted.
She's muted.
I don't show that she's muted, but how about now?
She's muted.
It doesn't show that you're muted. How funny.
Can you hear me now?
Just click on. Wait, I think I heard you.
Can you hear me
Yeah.
now? Good.
Okay, Heather, you're on.
Okay, so I have 2 tips that I would give, and so the first one would definitely be passion. So every time that Scentsy leaves your mouth, it needs to be said with passion. So that means if you're going to be like, yeah, we have a really good warmer of the month this month, or you can make a lot of money, no, nobody's going to want to join. You'd be like, oh my gosh, have you seen the warmer of the month? And oh my gosh, you could sell it. And you want to grab their attention every single time you speak about it. And the next would be to make sure that they understand that this isn't a fail and die out situation. Everyone is going to fail at some point or another, but our team and our group will uplift you and help you to rise above that. It's not like you're going to be fired and kicked out, because a lot of people are mainly afraid of failure. And so if you explain that it's okay to fail, then it's going to make them more confident in themselves as well.
Oh, that's so delicious and so true. And I think that is a very common factor that you see with all of the speakers tonight, because you guys all have passion. There's a reason that you all have been successful, because you're such naturals and making this business about them and being very authentic. So just to kind of tie in everything that you're saying, I don't know about you, but when I first started, that list of 100 was intimidating to me. To me, it was stereotypical direct sales, where everyone was a number. Kind of like the word recruiting, in my opinion. And so when I was asked, oh, put together your list of 100, I thought, oh my golly, that, first of all, that's overwhelming, and second, I don't want to sponsor yet. So to kind of say what you guys were all alluding to, that list of 100 is so much more invaluable when you really make it a family tree. So that ties right into our cow of the week, and believe me, the cows hopefully will help you tick off some of your daily Ascent Academy challenges at the same time. And the cow does not have to be done in 24 hours. The cow is a goal for you to complete within a week. And if you don't, what's going to happen? You're not going to get fired, because this is your business. That's the beauty of it. But the beautiful thing is with the cow is you are somehow, some way going to come up with a family tree, and we will post some graphics and some blanks and some filled out ideas of how to develop your tree. And you know, it's not a coincidence either that Scentsy has a tree breakdown on your performance tab. I don't know if you've ever noticed that on your workstation. You can break down your team and even go to a team tree. So it shows you the lineage of your whole entire family. So when you're thinking of these people in your world, you've got to remember one thing, and especially when you're sponsoring. Have you ever heard when you're talking to somebody about the business, they say, "Oh yeah, I just don't know that many people," and then my friends or family won't buy it. Or what we get to hear here, Kim will attest to this. You know what? There's a lot of Cincy consultants here, so I just don't know if I can make it happen. You know what the beautiful thing is? Do you think Subway or McDonald's or Starbucks made it to where they are today just by selling to a friend or a family member? No. It's all done by word of mouth. But you got to impress your friends and family first. That's who we practice on first. And I promise you somebody at Starbucks said, hey, offer your friend a free coffee if they'll come in and then give us their input, and etc. That's a referral. All of those little things are about how to grow your network, how to grow your circle, how to add to your family tree. It's constantly growing. The roots are growing, the branches are growing, you're adding leaves. So if you look at when you're sponsoring somebody, and even at your own business, like you are starting this huge franchise like Starbucks or Subway, etc., just it starts with one, right? It starts with one person. And it's typically a friend or family. But you know what? Your friend, what was the book I read? Oh, I can't think of the book. Oh, I'll think of it later. But it said the average person knows 220 people that would come to their funeral or to their wedding. That's 220 people that they probably know. That doesn't mean they're BFFs and slumber buddies with them, but it does mean that they know them. And so that's a different whole connecting group, whether they're in a town where Cincy was started or where they're in this motherlode of a city with mega people. It does not matter. Everyone wants to be loyal to somebody. And I think it was Chloe and Kim that talked about just asking. If you look at it like a cup of coffee at a restaurant, and it's the same thing with dessert. When the waitress comes and asks you, hey, do you want a cup of coffee? And your response, because it's morning. I mean, she really believes that coffee's going to be the best thing for you in the morning. And so she is offering you coffee because she figures that it's going to help you, and she's going to give you that opportunity to just lighten up your day and put a little spunk in it. And then, oh my gosh, if you say no, what does she do? What? You don't. How do you know you don't like my coffee? You haven't even tried it. Why did I ask it wrong? Why do you like the coffee? Is it not dark enough? Is it not white enough? Why is it because you need cream? Oh, is it because it's a plain flavor? No. And just like Chloe was saying, we self-talk ourselves out of so much success it's not even funny. It's not personal. It's freaking coffee. But she was offering it to us because she knows it's a gift. When you offer your business to somebody, it's a gift. You are a blessing, not a bother. And I'll post a video on failing your way to success. It's actually a conference call, training that we did on Team Talk a few years ago. And it's all about failing your way to success and going for no's. So your 2 cows for this week are all about going for the no. And this is a super fun chart that we made to help you tick off 100 no's in 10 days. These are going for no's for people to join. These are going for no's for people to buy or host, or somehow, some way for you to make a connection. Going for a no is so you get used to 100 no. You're going to get 100 no's. When's the last time you got stoked about that? Well, as soon as you get as emotionally equally attached to a no as you do to a yes, it becomes part of your lifestyle. It becomes about them. It becomes a gift to both of you. And so that's what you want to practice. Self-talk yourself into what are you going to say when they say no. Because I don't know how many of us have practiced, okay, what am I going to do if they say yes? What am I going to say? What am I going to do? What happens? It's a natural flow, isn't it? We know exactly what to say or do when somebody says yes. But why is it that when it's a no, all of a sudden we lock up, we freeze up, and because that means it was about us. That's why. And it is a stage that we all get to go through and develop through. So you're going to go for 100 no's in about 10 days. Post it when it happens. If it takes you 2 weeks, that's okay. But the beautiful thing is how quickly can you get 100 no's? Try it in 24 hours if you want. You know what? If you get yeses, well, deluxe bonus. but we're going for no's, and we're going to celebrate the no's with you. So you get to do a family tree of some sort, and which is your what do I call it? Franchise business breakdown. And then you get to go for 100 no's. And, oh, and last but not least, we're all going to create our very own prosperity packets, opportunity packets, sponsor packets. Whatever you call it, we're going to just be throwing ideas in the files. All of us. If you already have an opportunity packet, what do you put in it? You could just list it. But if you have a really fun form or something that we could all beg, borrow, and steal, that would be delicious too. So, did you get the 3 cows? So you are going to develop a tree. You're going to go for 100 no's, and you'll get the chart on the files on Climbing Gym, and then you'll come up with your opportunity packet that you'll be able to share while you're going for at least 100 no's. Holy cow, find something good in your business and get damn good at it. There's nothing more powerful in your business if you choose to make this a business more than just a hobby than sponsoring. So we look forward to seeing all of your ideas and your posts, and keep up the great momentum and energy. It really makes us want to keep climbing even as the coaches. And post any questions or thoughts that you have. And did you have anything you want to add, honey? Okay, yay, 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 yay for our rock stars. I want to see if we have any questions real quick on, ooh, yes, it was a power-packed week. Yes, reading the comments. I don't know if you guys can, Chloe, Heather, and Trina, can you guys see the comments while they're posting?
No.
Oh, see, they love it. They loved it. So, Chloe, Heather, Trina, and Bob, Frank, / Kim, thank you so much.
I'm writing.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us this week. And oh my golly, let's see what the next 2 weeks at our $49 investment can breed for the rest of us. So go for the nose week. We can't wait to hear from you. Bye-bye. Make it a great week.
Bye.